Stoic love and find wisdom, serenity, devotion.
Let me tell you something nobody else will. It's not about being good-looking, rich, or even conventionally smart. If you truly want any woman to fall for you, to deeply desire you, you have to master yourself first. Most men are failing at this. They're chasing, they're seeking validation, and they're wondering why it never works. Forget everything you've been told about dating. It's not about expensive gifts, flashy cars, or looking like the guy in the magazine. What truly pulls women in, what creates that irresistible magnetic force, is your emotional strength. It's your ability to stay calm, centered, and utterly unshakable, no matter what external circumstances throw at you. And believe me, my friends at Stoic Love, if you don't get this fundamental truth right, no amount of pickup lines, no confidence tips, no dating hacks will ever truly help you. In fact, they'll probably hurt your chances in the long run, turning you into a caricature of what you think a woman wants, rather than the authentic, powerful man you're meant to be. If you've ever felt ignored, rejected, or overlooked by women, the kind of women you truly desire, it's not because you lack physical attractiveness or material wealth. It's because they sense something crucial you're missing: self-control. You don't fully control yourself. And that, fundamentally, is why they're walking away, drawn to men who possess that inner stillness you haven't yet cultivated. But here's the genuinely good news, the liberating truth. By mastering a few simple yet profound Stoic principles, you will make her want you without even trying. This isn't just another dating tip video filled with superficial advice. This is the secret strategy, an ancient wisdom to unlock her heart by first unlocking your own potential. And it all starts with you, not her, not what she wants, not what you think she needs, but you, mastering your mind, mastering your emotions, and consciously deciding how you show up in the world, radiating an undeniable presence. Ready to finally win at this game, not by playing by someone else's rules, but by becoming the prize yourself. Let's dive in. Here's the often unspoken reality. Most men have been fed a diet of lies and misconceptions about what truly makes women attracted to them. Society, movies, and even well-meaning friends tell you to chase women relentlessly, to shower them with extravagant gifts, to heap endless compliments upon them, or even worse, to act like someone you're not, to put on a performance. And then, after all that effort, all that acting, you wonder why she's still not interested, why she's ghosting you, or why things just don't seem to work out, leaving you feeling frustrated and confused. Let me be brutally honest, with compassion. You're likely doing it all wrong, following a script that leads to predictable disappointment. You've been told that dating is some sort of elaborate game where you need to win her attention, her affection, her approval. But here's the profound truth that will set you free. The more you try to win her, the more you subtly, yet surely, lose yourself. And she can feel it. Women possess an incredible intuition. They can sense when you're putting on an act, when your words and actions don't align with your true self, when your intentions are driven by neediness rather than genuine connection. And the more you try to impress her, the more she subconsciously distances herself, feeling the inauthenticity, the desperation, the underlying lack of self-worth. It's time to stop chasing and start attracting. And the only way to truly attract her, to pull her in effortlessly, is by mastering yourself. Let me ask you something deeply personal. When was the last time you felt completely, utterly in control of your emotions, your mind, your actions? If you're like most men in today's fast-paced, emotionally volatile world, you're probably reacting to everything around you. Her moods, her words, her subtle tests, the fleeting opinions of others. You're a ship without a rudder, tossed by every wave. But what if I told you that mastering your inner world, becoming emotionally unshakable, is the absolute secret to not just getting her attention, but keeping it? This isn't a gimmick or a short-term trick. It's a profound philosophy that has stood the test of thousands of years, guiding emperors, philosophers, and warriors alike. This philosophy is Stoicism. Now you might be wondering, what does an ancient philosophy have to do with modern dating, with getting a woman to fall in love with me? The answer is simple, yet revolutionary: everything. Stoicism isn't about suppressing your emotions or becoming a cold, unfeeling robot. That's a common misconception. Instead, it's about mastering your emotions, understanding them, and choosing how you respond to them, rather than being controlled by them. When you stop reacting impulsively to everything, when you can stay calm and centered no matter what external chaos is happening around you, that's when she starts truly noticing you. Not the guy who's flashy or always trying to make her laugh with forced jokes, but the man who's deeply grounded, who knows exactly who he is, and crucially, doesn't need her validation to feel complete. He is complete within himself. Imagine walking into any situation, whether it's a nerve-wracking first date, a casual social gathering, or a serious relationship conversation, with the kind of calm, quiet confidence that makes her feel safe, secure, and genuinely intrigued. Picture this. While other guys are nervously fumbling their words, trying desperately to impress her with boastful stories or showing off their possessions, you're simply there. You're relaxed, you're present, you're not seeking her approval, but just being. You're listening more than you speak, observing more than you perform. That, my friend, is immense power. That's what makes you stand out in her mind, etched into her memory as profoundly different. Here's a big truth that no one wants to talk about, but it's crucial for your understanding. Women, deep down, don't want to be chased. They want to be drawn in. They want to be magnetized, to feel an authentic pull towards a man who is secure in himself. The very moment you stop chasing her, stop trying to prove your worth, stop bending over backwards for her attention, is the moment she starts to feel something profoundly different. She's intrigued. She's curious. And most importantly, she starts wanting you. Why? Because you're showing her what 99% of other men can't or won't. You're demonstrating impeccable self-control, inner peace, and a quiet confidence that radiates without needing to be announced. You're showing her you have options and a purpose beyond her. Stoicism is the secret weapon you never knew you needed in your dating arsenal. It's not about manipulation or shallow tactics. It's about becoming the kind of man who naturally attracts, not through what you say or what you do, but because of who you are at your core. When you truly master this philosophy and integrate it into your life, everything changes. You'll stop overthinking your next move, agonizing over every text. You'll stop trying so hard to impress, because you won't need to. Instead, you'll start simply being the man who she chases, who actively seeks your presence. And guess what? It's not some impossibly difficult feat. Once you understand these core Stoic principles and learn how to apply them practically to your daily life, not only will your dating life transform beyond recognition, but every other aspect of your existence will too. Your relationships with friends and family, your career trajectory, your entire way of seeing the world, and your ability to handle life's inevitable challenges. It all gets better, becoming richer and more fulfilling. So, if you're truly ready to learn how to become the kind of man who commands attention and respect without ever needing to ask for it, then you're in the right place here at Stoic Love. Let's get started on this transformative journey. We have so much more to uncover. Words that connect deeply. Now that you deeply understand the foundational power of Stoicism in shaping your inner world, let's talk about one of the most misunderstood yet incredibly potent aspects of attraction: words. Most guys mistakenly believe they need to come up with clever lines, witty comebacks, or elaborate stories to capture a woman's attention. They spend hours rehearsing jokes or searching for the perfect opening line. But I'm telling you right now, with absolute certainty, that's dead wrong. It's not about being clever or funny for the sake of it. It's about saying the right things at the right time in a way that connects with her on a much deeper, more authentic level. It's about showing her you see her truly. Let me break it down for you. Women hear superficial compliments all the time. You're beautiful. You're so hot. You look amazing. While these might be appreciated in the moment, they often don't even truly register for her anymore because she's heard them a million times from countless other men. She's become immune to the generic praise of her physical appearance. It's background noise, but you know what she rarely hears: real compliments. Compliments about who she is, not just how she looks. Compliments that show you've actually paid attention, that you've seen beyond the surface. Step 1. Start using her name in conversation. This might sound incredibly simple, almost too basic, but trust me, it's one of the most powerful and psychologically impactful things you can do. When you genuinely and naturally say her name during a conversation, it triggers something deep in her mind. It makes her feel recognized, acknowledged, unique, and profoundly important. It creates an instant, subtle bond. However, a crucial caveat: don't overdo it. You don't want to throw her name into every single sentence. That will feel forced, awkward, and even manipulative. Use it strategically. Drop it in at key moments, like when you're asking her a genuine question, or especially when you're giving her a sincere compliment. When done correctly, it will make her feel like she's the only person in the room, that your focus is entirely on her. Try it. You'll be amazed at the difference it makes. Step 2. Compliment her in ways that no one else does. As I mentioned, most guys will focus almost exclusively on physical appearance because it's easy, it's obvious, and it requires no real effort or observation. But if you want to truly stand out, if you want to make an unforgettable impression, compliment her mind, her intelligence, her unique perspective, her resilience, her character, her passion. For example, if she tells you a story about something she's deeply passionate about, don't just nod and smile passively. Show her that you're truly listening, that you're engaged with her inner world. Say something like, "Wow, I love how passionate you are about this." It's genuinely rare to meet someone who thinks so deeply about things and pursues their interests with such conviction. Or if she solves a problem or offers a clever insight, remark, "That's a really insightful way to look at it. I admire your perspective." This kind of compliment isn't just flattering, it makes her feel truly seen and appreciated for her authentic self. And that, more than anything else, is what she's yearning for. She receives compliments on her looks constantly. She rarely receives genuine admiration for her intellect, her spirit, or her unique personality. Here's the thing about women, universally. They want to feel special, and not in a shallow, superficial, "you're pretty" way. They want to know that you see them for who they truly are, beyond the surface-level judgments. Most guys fail spectacularly at this. They're too busy trying to be the center of attention with jokes, or showing off with endless stories about themselves, trying to prove their own worth. But you're different. You're showing her that you see her in a way that others simply don't, because you've taken the time to truly observe and understand. This is a game changer. Step 3. Practice genuine gratitude. This is another crucial aspect of communication that often gets completely overlooked. Yet it's incredibly powerful in building connection. Women notice and deeply appreciate when you genuinely acknowledge and appreciate the small, thoughtful things they do, things that often go unnoticed by others. If she does something thoughtful for you, no matter how small, whether it's bringing you a coffee, remembering a detail you mentioned, or simply offering you support, don't just brush it off as expected. Acknowledge it. A simple, heartfelt "thank you. I really appreciate that. It means a lot to me" can go an incredibly long way, but don't just say it, mean it. Let your sincerity shine through. When you express genuine gratitude, it makes her feel valued, seen, and cherished. And in a world where most guys take her efforts and presence for granted, that's a profound game changer. She will remember how you made her feel appreciated. Now, let me address something else most guys do, often unknowingly, that seriously undermines their attractiveness. Stop over-apologizing. I see this mistake all the time. Guys are constantly apologizing for things they didn't even do wrong, or for simply existing, just to avoid potential conflict, to smooth things over, or to keep the peace. They become apologetic by default. Let me tell you something important. From a Stoic perspective, apologizing too much makes you look weak, insecure, and lacking in self-respect. Women instinctively respect men who own their actions, who stand by what they say, who have a strong conviction without being arrogant. So by all means, apologize sincerely when it's genuinely necessary, when you've made a real mistake or caused harm. But do not apologize for being who you are, for having your own opinions, or for simply taking up space. Your authenticity is your power, and this journey of self-mastery is just beginning. If you're ready to master your words and actions, ensure you've subscribed to Stoic Love for more insights. Actions grounded in Stoicism. Words are incredibly important, as we've just discussed, but they're only half the equation. Your actions matter even more. You can say all the right things, you can craft the perfect compliments, but if your actions don't align with your words, if there's a disconnect, it's game over. Inconsistency erodes trust and attraction faster than anything else. That's precisely where Stoicism comes in, guiding us towards actions that are both powerful and authentic. Stoic philosophy teaches that your actions should always be deliberate, grounded, rooted in a calm inner confidence, and aligned with your values. It's about acting from a place of strength, not desperation. Let me show you how this works in the real world, transforming your physical presence and daily interactions. Action 1. Master your body language. This might sound basic, something you've heard before, but it's astonishing how often most guys get this wrong. Your body is constantly sending powerful signals, whether you realize it or not. It's communicating your internal state before you even utter a word. When you're fidgeting nervously, shifting your weight constantly, crossing your arms defensively, or avoiding eye contact, you're loudly telling her that you're nervous, unsure of yourself, perhaps even insecure. And if you're not confident in yourself, if your body betrays your inner turmoil, why should she be confident in you? Why should she feel safe or attracted? So, the first, most fundamental step is to calm your body. Stand tall, with good posture, shoulders back, but relaxed, not stiff. Plant your feet firmly on the ground, rooting yourself in the present moment. You want to exude calm confidence, a quiet strength, not tension or anxiety. Think of a mighty oak tree, unyielding but at peace. Eye contact is another big one. A lot of guys either avoid eye contact altogether because they're shy or nervous, which signals a lack of confidence. Or they overdo it, staring intensely, which can come off as creepy or aggressive. The Stoic way is to strike a perfect, authentic balance. Hold her gaze for a few seconds at a time, allowing for natural breaks. Long enough to show that you're present, engaged, and genuinely interested, but not so long that it becomes uncomfortable or an aggressive stare. When you get this right, it creates an incredibly powerful, intimate connection, making her feel truly seen and respected. Action 2. Move with purpose. Think about the last time you walked into a room, any room, a restaurant, a party, a coffee shop. Did you rush in, head down, scanning the room nervously, almost apologetically, as if you don't quite belong? If so, you're not alone. Most guys do this without even realizing the subconscious message they're sending. But here's the profound thing. When you move quickly, haphazardly, and without clear intention, you're sending a clear message that you're unsure of yourself, that you're seeking something rather than being grounded in yourself. Stoic men move differently. They move slowly, deliberately, with a quiet purpose. Every step is grounded. You're in control of your space, your pace. You don't need to rush because you're deeply confident that wherever you're going, you belong there and you have time. Women intuitively pick up on this subtle yet powerful difference. They notice the way you move, the way you carry yourself, the energy you project into the space around you. When you move with purpose, it communicates immense strength, self-assurance, and inner peace. You become the guy who isn't rattled by the environment around him, who isn't swept up in the chaos of the moment. And that, my friends, is incredibly attractive. It signals stability. Action. 3. Small gestures, big impact. Forget the outdated idea that you need to make grand, extravagant romantic gestures to win her over, like showering her with expensive jewelry or planning elaborate surprises every week. While those can have their place, the truth is, it's the consistent, thoughtful little things that truly matter most and build lasting connection. And I'm not even talking about just flowers or chocolates, though those are nice. I'm talking about showing her consistently that you're truly paying attention, that you're invested in her world. Maybe she mentioned her favorite author a few weeks ago in passing. Surprise her with a new book by that author, or even an old, rare edition you found. Or maybe she told you about a personal challenge she's facing at work or with her family. A few days later, check in with her about it, asking genuinely how she's doing and offering support. These small, observant gestures, rooted in genuine care, show that you're deeply engaged, that you listen actively, and that you care about her on a deeper level than just surface-level conversation. They communicate, "I hear you, I see you, you matter to me." That builds real intimacy and connection. Stop trying to be the entertainer. This is another common pitfall. A lot of guys mistakenly think they need to keep women constantly entertained with jokes, funny stories, or by always being the life of the party. They feel immense pressure to perform. But here's the secret, and it's a profound one. Women don't want a clown. They want a man who listens, who understands, and who can hold a meaningful conversation. So instead of trying so hard to be the entertainer, the life of the party, the funny guy, choose to be the man who's fully present, who listens more than he speaks, who asks thoughtful questions, and truly absorbs her answers. Trust me, that's exponentially more attractive and creates a deeper connection than any joke ever could. It shows respect, intelligence, and empathy. For more practical Stoic tips on communication, make sure you're following Stoic Love, applying Stoicism in modern relationships. Now, let's talk about how to handle things when they inevitably don't go your way, because life and relationships rarely follow a perfect script. Things don't always go as planned, no matter how much you prepare. Maybe a date isn't going as smoothly as you'd hoped. Or maybe she starts subtly pulling away and you're not sure why, sparking old insecurities. Most guys would immediately panic in these situations. Their anxiety would skyrocket, their confidence would plummet, and they'd likely make desperate, counterproductive moves. But you're learning to be a Stoic. You understand that you don't let external circumstances, especially those beyond your control, dictate or control your inner peace. Your tranquility is paramount. Scenario 1. The date is going badly. Imagine the conversation is awkward, punctuated by uncomfortable silences. Or maybe the restaurant messed up your order badly, leading to frustration. A lot of guys would try desperately to fix everything, to smooth things over, to try and force the night to be perfect. Feeling responsible for the entire experience, they would externalize their anxiety. But a Stoic man approaches this differently. He understands that he doesn't need everything to be perfect to enjoy himself or to project confidence. He stays calm, relaxed, and unbothered by the little mishaps, treating them as mere inconveniences, not catastrophic failures. He knows that it's not about the situation itself. It's about how he chooses to handle it, how he chooses to react internally. And when she sees that you're not easily rattled by the small stuff, that you maintain your composure and good humor, she'll feel significantly more comfortable, at ease, and attracted to your stability. She sees a rock in the storm, and that's incredibly appealing. Scenario 2. She starts pulling away. This is a tough one, perhaps the most challenging scenario for many men, and it's precisely where most guys mess up, completely derailing their chances. When a woman starts to subtly, or even overtly, pull away, maybe taking longer to text back, becoming less available, or seeming distant, most men immediately go into full panic mode. They start texting more, calling more, trying to figure out what went wrong, demanding answers, becoming clingy. But here's the thing. That desperate, anxious chasing is exactly what pushes her further away. It confirms her suspicion that you're insecure and reliant on her for your happiness. A Stoic man, however, understands a fundamental truth. He cannot control her actions, her feelings, or her decisions. He can only control his own response, his own reactions. So instead of chasing after her, instead of bombarding her with texts and calls, he does the counterintuitive yet immensely powerful thing. He steps back. He gives her space. He focuses on himself, his purpose, his values. And in that space, that respectful distance, she starts to realize that you're not like other guys. You're not desperate for her attention. You're not falling apart because she withdrew. And that's often when she starts to come back, intrigued and reattracted to your self-sufficiency. Now, this might sound completely counterintuitive to everything you've been taught, but it works. Consistently, women are naturally drawn to men who don't need them, who are secure and whole within themselves. When you show, through your calm demeanor and actions, that you're not afraid to lose her, that you're secure in yourself no matter what she decides, it completely changes the entire dynamic. Suddenly, she's the one who's intrigued, the one who's wondering, the one who's chasing you. This is the power of Stoic love, mastering your reactions to master your destiny. Be true to yourself. At the end of the day, all of these strategies and principles, no matter how effective, none of it truly matters if you're not authentically true to yourself. You've heard the phrase before, be yourself. But let me break it down in a way that truly makes sense from a Stoic perspective, stripping away the cliches. Being true to yourself doesn't mean being lazy, complacent, or refusing to grow and improve. It doesn't mean rigidly sticking to old habits or refusing to learn. What it does mean is embracing who you are, acknowledging your strengths and your flaws, and showing up as that authentic person in every single situation without apology or pretense. It means your internal self aligns with your external presentation. Stop trying so hard to be the guy you think she wants you to be. The bad boy, the nice guy, the rich guy, the funny guy. Stop wearing masks. Instead, focus relentlessly on becoming the best version of you, a disciplined, virtuous, self-aware, and emotionally resilient man. And when you do that, when you radiate that authentic, self-mastered energy, trust that the right woman, the woman who genuinely aligns with your true self, will be drawn to that like a moth to a flame. When you master yourself, when you embody these Stoic principles, you stop chasing women altogether. You stop trying to win their approval because you've already found approval within yourself. Instead, you focus intensely on living your life with purpose, with intention, and with an unshakable inner strength. You pursue your goals, cultivate your character, and live authentically. And when you do that, something truly amazing happens. Women don't just notice you, they start chasing you. Not because of what you say or what you do, but because of who you are, a man of substance, integrity, and self-possession. So here's the final, most profound takeaway. The core message of Stoic Love: stop chasing women, stop trying to impress, stop playing games that diminish your soul. Instead, become the kind of man who naturally attracts everything he wants in life, including a loving, respectful partner, by first mastering himself. Be the calm in the storm, the rock that everyone else leans on, the unshakable presence in a chaotic world. And watch as your entire life, your relationships, your career, your personal growth, everything begins to transform into something far richer, more meaningful, and more fulfilling than you ever imagined possible. You now have the keys to unlock her heart, but more importantly, you have the keys to unlock your own potential. It's not about fancy tricks or cheesy lines. It's about mastering yourself. Take what you've learned today, apply it consistently, and watch how everything changes around you. If you're ready to take this even further, to continue on this path of self-mastery and authentic attraction, subscribe now to Stoic Love. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. And let's keep building the kind of life and relationships you truly deserve, built on strength, respect, and genuine connection. We're here to support you every step of the way.
Stoic love, wisdom, serenity, devotion,